Hey everybody, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage, and today we're going to be answering some basic questions, some newer reseller questions. So we're not breaking any new ground here, but we still do get quite a few questions of people just starting out on eBay or starting out reselling. And we do like to address those questions as we get them every once in a while. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. And we're going to be talking about some things that sold like usual here. So let's jump into that first. What's the first thing that went out?
Oh, we got a banger.
Or is going out? A banger.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We sold a Mattel nude beach summer Barbie doll. Her name is Summer, by the way.
Okay, we got Summer. And what did Summer sell for?
A whopping $6.99.
$6.99.
But I'm pretty sure she was part of a buy that we bought initially. And so it's okay for her to go.
Yeah, I don't think we have any money in any Barbie left in this building. Like
Nope.
we've cleared free money on that. It's good to see it get out of here. So, all right, let's do one more.
Okay, we sold a box of the big jumbo packs of football cards. And this is to a repeat buyer.
Yeah, so it's these boxes here. They're the jumbo packs. They're kind of like, so they have 24 of those.
24 40-pack cards.
And these ones kind of saved us. We've had a really slow eBay week. I mean, we've had a couple of days where we were
Slow eBay weekend.
We even
Friday,
had-
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, we even had a day when we were under 100. We had like an $86 day, which is completely out of ordinary for us. But it's starting to come back. I think yesterday was a decent day. I think we were just under 500. So these kind of saved our day or our weekend on this when they go out. They go out for how much?
That one went out for $190. Like I said, to a repeat buyer.
Yep. So it's good when you get a few of those bigger sales when you're having kind of a slow weekend, for sure.
So we did something for a first on our last video. We posted it as a video as well, but before...
No, we didn't.
You didn't post it as
Well,
a
it's
video?
in the live tab. We didn't pull it down
Oh,
actually.
Thought you were going to reshare it.
No.
Oh, gotcha.
The replay is still on there. We did our first live is what
Yes,
we're
we
talking
did.
about,
We did.
which was an experience.
It was fun. We
Yeah.
had like 96 people in there at one point.
Yep.
Between Facebook and YouTube, we
Yeah,
had
we've
96 people.
We've been on lives. Like
Yep.
we've gone on other people's lives and we watch a lot of lives. We had never done one on our channel, not for real. We did one on the phone one day out here, which was a disaster. And we stuck around for about 30 minutes and just kind of talked a little bit.
That was Corey. He did it all on his own.
That was a wreck. But this one we sat up and we planned for and we tried to do it right.
We did some giveaways.
Yeah, and we had just under 100 people in there, and it was a lot of fun, you guys. I mean, it was a ton of fun. We
So,
enjoyed it.
On that, we have addresses for 3 of the 4 giveaways, right?
Neat.
Melissa Joy.
Was it Melissa we're missing?
Melissa Joy, you need to send us what you want from our shop
Yep.
at gramsandpopsvintage.com, as well as, if you pick a shirt, make sure you pick a size, and then email us and get us your address so that we can
Well,
get it.
email, Instagram, or Facebook. However you can get a hold of us and let us know.
Yep.
That way we can get yours packed up. The rest of them will be packed up today and gotten out of here probably. Well, except for
2 of them will.
the stuff that
Pat.
comes from the website, we order directly on the website and they make it at that time.
Yep.
And then they'll ship it out to you guys. But yeah, the actual live went very well. It was our first. We don't know how YouTube's going to react to that live.
Yep.
We know that the post live video is probably just over 500 views, which is considerably lower than our normal video view count. So does eBay penalize us for that? We really don't know. So we're kind of waiting to see how the algorithm on YouTube reacts to the lives. If they don't crush our normal videos for doing a live, we will probably do a few more in the future.
I think we need to do a couple live.
A couple live?
Like, we need to pick another couple reseller.
We'll get another group of resellers on or something.
Yep. We just
Yep.
need to have like a whole shebang.
Have a live block party type.
There you go.
There we
We
go.
need a live block party. I
But
think that's what we need to do.
We're not going to do any of that until we find out if YouTube is going to kill our normal videos, because the normal videos is what we're going to continue to do regardless.
Yep.
So once we know how YouTube handles our live and what it does to our next videos, this would be the first video after our live.
Yep.
Then we'll kind of know what to do going forward. But The reason we brought the live up is because that was a lot of fun. But during that live, we got a lot of questions that were very, what we would consider very entry level.
Basic?
Not so basic. They were just very entry level
Yep.
questions about stuff for people just getting into reselling.
Yep.
Which kind of dawned on us at that point that as we grow, we tend to address stuff that's at the level we're at.
Yep.
But a lot of people are still just coming in all the time. So we need to address those more beginner questions more often. So that's why we decided to do today's video.
Yep. And the one question, not really related to this, it's not one of them that we discussed, but there's a lot of people that we get that say, I'm still on the fence about selling on eBay. Just stick your toes in, dabble a little bit. You don't have to jump full force in and do a cannonball.
Yeah, get off the fence. Just don't wander too far into the pasture yet.
Don't do a cannonball. Just like walk into the pond,
Oh,
into the lake.
you're using a pool reference. I'm using a pasture reference. So I guess if you get too far in the pool too fast, you drown. If you get too far into the pasture too fast, the bull gets you. So
Yep.
either way, go in, take it easy. Just get in a little ways.
just start it.
And start.
I mean,
but do start.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to answer some questions. Well, we'll probably talk less about bulls and pools, more about the little questions. Right?
sure. Will the bull go in the pool?
So, I hope not. All right. So let's look at a few more things that actually did sell for us today.
Okay, we sold finally. Corey picked up a whole lot of tools over the last summer, and they have just been a pain. I do not recommend picking up tools.
I know some tools like electronics tools and electricians tools
Yep.
and things like that sell really well,
Yep.
especially like the fluke gauges and stuff. Those fly out the door anytime we get them. But just standard like hand tools, and we pick up Craftsman and Blue Point and SK and the higher end brands.
The one we found in our storage unit that I'm going to list today
Yeah.
is a Carlisle. It's made by Napa.
Well, that's not one of the brands we would normally pick up.
Nope,
but the better brands, the more lifetime warranty type brands, we do tend to pick up, or we did for a while, but they do sell really slow. And they're not that great of a purchase usually, unless you
Nope.
get, like if you get a wrench that's like a 2-inch wrench or something, yeah, pick it up, because those do sell well and they're decent price. But a 7/8 Craftsman wrench sold for how much?
A whopping $7.
$7. Now, I will say there are some Craftsman that's vintage Craftsman that would considerably change the price on those. So there are some exceptions, like with anything. I just don't know enough about the Craftsman brand itself to tell you what those are.
No, because you're a Snap-on guy.
Well, was.
Was a Snap-on guy.
If I was buying tools today, I'd probably buy a Craftsman.
Cheaper than a Snap-on.
Yeah, I'm much more frugal than I was at the beginning of my career. All right.
At the beginning of one of your careers.
One of my careers, yeah.
Okay, so the next thing we sold is a Seiko. I think that's how you say it.
Seiko.
Seiko
I like that one better.
watch.
That band is just hashed.
Yep, and I hope I took pictures of that.
I mean, it is just tore up. But yeah, let's see if I can see it up, right side up. That's the watch.
I did. I took pictures of the watch, man, showing
And
it.
the band is just horrible, so they'll have to replace the band. But
Yep.
what did that sell for?
$14.99.
$14 for a lady's watch with a band that needs replacing.
Yep.
All right, so one of the questions we answered in our live the other day, and I'm assuming a lot of you guys probably didn't catch the live or the replay, so we'll rehash the question a little bit. One of the questions was about shipping, and I think we had a couple of questions that day about
Yep.
shipping. But the gist of it was, in the beginning, shipping is kind of a daunting thing that people
Yep.
are a little bit scared of, and they don't want to lose money, but at the same time, they don't want to overprice their items shipping so
Yep.
that they
Don't get
lose
sales.
sales. So how do you handle that and stay competitive without losing money? That was kind of the question.
Yep. When we first started, that was one of the things that we were scared of. Like, not scared of, but it
We
was
had
just
done
like
we had done a lot of shipping before eBay,
Yep.
so we were way more comfortable than a lot of people coming in probably would be.
Yep. Like
But
my
even
sister.
yeah, even so, we weren't shipping the same stuff every day
No.
before, so we knew what our items shipped at.
Yep. So
once we shipped one.
So when we did first start, we would weigh everything, box. Some of it we would pre-box up just to make sure we didn't lose our butt on it.
We would almost have to. We didn't know enough about it, and everything we sell is different sizes
Yep.
and different weights. So we actually had to basically build a box, wrap the thing up, put it on the scale, and get a really close, like get an accurate weight and size, and then unbox it and go put it away, or keep the box and put the box away.
Put a piece of tape on it with what's on it.
Yep. And we still have, like you could see probably up on the shelves, maybe.
There are some that are still boxed.
Let me see if I could show you here. Like we have some stuff up there that's all boxed up with labels on the side. So those up there are actually boxed up. So we know exactly how much they weigh, how big they are. We have all that, and we probably added even a little bit to the weight and size on those. You know, maybe upsize the box by 1 inch in each direction and add a few ounces to the box just to make it safe on our end. Yep. So that's how I would recommend starting. If you don't know and you're not very good at guesstimating how much packing and boxes and everything is going to weigh, I think that's how I would start, but I wouldn't stay that way.
No. So now very seldom do we pre-box anything. We just weigh it and we add, you know, anywhere from a half pound to a pound or a couple ounces, depending on what the item is. I mean, if it's my littlest pet shop, I just add those. I just know now what they weigh.
Yeah.
But if it's a bigger item and you don't know, you know, add a pound to it or make it up to the next pound limit.
Well, we weigh and measure the product itself every time. That way we know. And then the only thing we're actually guessing on is how much the packing and box are going to weigh.
Yep.
But we actually have certain boxes we order all the time, and we know roughly what they weigh because we've done them enough. So when we are guessing, we're taking an educated guess.
Yes.
And I think that's the only way to actually do it once you start scaling up. If we had to actually pre-pack and weigh and measure every box, selling as many as we do,
no, it would not be fun.
We couldn't do it. It would be too much. Like we'd never get anything listed.
No, and I know that's my sister sells, and she sells glass, and that's what she does with some of her glass stuff, just because she is just starting out, and so she's leery on it. So she wants to make sure she's covered. She wants to make sure she has enough packing around it because she does sell glass.
Yeah, and we still have to we still have to make custom size boxes.
Frankenstein?
Sure. We have to cut up boxes and make different size boxes like everybody else does. But we keep a certain amount of boxes in stock of different sizes. So we know pretty closely, what those weigh, and we could take a good educated guess because we've shipped so many of them. So I think that's the answer, is the way to avoid losing money and getting the right dimensions is to guess, but guess after you already know.
Yes.
Guess once you have enough information to make a really good guess.
Yep.
Until then, measure and weigh.
Yep.
So
that's the answer.
Hopefully that answered the question. That was a long way around.
It's always a long way around.
That's how we do. All right, so what's next?
We sold some Tupperware. We sold a lime green rocker scooper for flour, salt, and sugar. Flour, sugar, spices.
Another one of these scoop things. We've sold 2 or 3 of these.
I have 2 more of that exact same color left.
Yep, that's the one that sold today for how much?
$9.99. And those were all found at different garage sales.
Yeah. And those aren't big money makers, but that's literally going to go out at a 4-ounce weight in a tiny little box.
5 by 5 by 5 box.
Yep. So they cost us next to nothing. We pick these up for like a dime and a quarter all the time. So, all right, the next one is going to be, speaking of tools, it's a Mac Tools hat.
Yep.
We had a storage locker that had Mac and Snap-on and a few other things in it, right?
Yep.
It was
mostly
that cheap locker
mostly Mac and mostly Mac and Snap-on, I guess.
Yeah, I think we spent $20 on the whole locker.
Yep.
And we saved a bunch of Snap-on and Mac hats that are these like flex fit hat. They're fitted, but they got kind of an elastic in them, so they consider them a large, extra large size, but
they still have stretch.
Yep.
So if you have a super large head, that's what you need to buy.
And this one, I mean, you can tell the elastic's a little worn, but it's still got a lot of bounce back to it. So we sold that one for how much?
$15 plus shipping.
15 plus shipping. And that'll go in an 8 by 8 by 4 box.
Yep.
See, and we know that'll go out for just under 8 ounces. All right, what do you got next?
To discuss?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about international shipping. So was that yesterday? Yeah, they were.
We've had this question several times. Yeah,
Yeah,
and we did in our live too.
Yep. So a couple different things on international shipping. I know one of them was how do you sign up for international shipping?
Yep.
I think you're automatically signed up for international shipping, but it doesn't kick in until you hit a certain amount of sales or a certain amount of dollar amount.
Yeah. That's the way I understand it right now, is that once you do qualify,
Yep.
you just are enrolled in it.
Yep.
Now, if not, you could very easily find it in the settings under your account settings. They have a shipping section and you can turn it on. But literally if you don't automatically get enrolled, it's a switch. You just off or on.
Yep. Toggle.
And I can't imagine a situation where you would, unless you were a niche store that was selling only one item and that item was something that can't be sold internationally.
Yep.
I can't imagine a situation where you would not want it on.
No, I mean, why do that? You only have to, well, I guess the pros and cons of it is, why would you not ship something that you're only shipping to somewhere here in the States? So when you sign up for international shipping through the EIS program on eBay, you don't ship directly to the country.
Yeah, I think that's a big confusing point for a lot of people, is because it's called international shipping, they believe they're shipping things internationally, and they're actually not. They're shipping it, basically you're shipping it to eBay, and eBay is taking care of it from that point. So as long as you pack it and get it to the eBay distribution house,
Which for us is Illinois.
yep, eBay is going to take all responsibility from that point on. So if it breaks or gets lost or anything else from that point on, you're not responsible, and eBay takes care of it. So it makes it very hard to justify not turning on international shipping, because it's not really international for you. It's only international for eBay.
Yep. And also one thing on that, if you do sell international, just be careful when a customer reaches out to you, because I had this happen, saying that something doesn't work or whatever. Just don't say you have free returns. I did do
You'll
that.
just make the customer very angry,
Yes,
because you don't.
Yes, and so I didn't think about it because I just got a message and I didn't go look to see where it shipped to, but we shipped it international to like Germany or something, and the cord didn't charge it, or I don't remember what the deal was. But I said, well, just go ahead and open a return because we have free returns. Well, unbeknownst to me, it was international, and so he messaged back saying, you don't have free returns. They want me to pay for it to go to wherever. And I felt horrible.
Yeah, you can't do much. Like, you literally are responsible to get it to the warehouse where eBay is going to ship it out of the States from. And after that, not only do you not have any responsibility, you don't have any control of it.
Nope.
You can't accept a return on that behalf of the customer or anything else. Like, eBay will literally handle everything past then. So you do have to be careful in the communications if it's international sometimes.
And you do have to be careful with what you sell, because there are certain things that cannot go international, like knives. I'm guessing gun parts.
Yeah, anything that has to do with a knife or a gun or a weapon of any kind, I would basically just exclude from international.
Yep.
Anything that has to do with cordless phones, like the old Panasonic cordless phones and stuff, the frequencies are different in different countries. And a lot of places you're not allowed to sell the ones that are from here in the States. So walkie-talkies sometimes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. Anything that uses an RF signal, you got to be real careful. We generally just exclude anything that's has a RF signal, anything that has anything to do with a weapon, and any cosmetics.
Oh, yes. Ooh, I don't know if I did. I might have to go look at that. My vitamin
We
pills.
should. Yeah. We try to exclude those. Those three categories are the ones we know of that we just exclude automatically if we list them. And it's just when you list, you say exclude it from international. I mean, we have a shipping policy. So for us, it's just switching it to the other shipping policy excludes the international.
Yep, we do a U.S. shipping only, so it will only ship. And that, when we set that up, it has EIS, every country blocked out of it.
Yep. So, and it's really easy to set that up. You just go to your shipping policy and you can set one up for basically just the U.S. and that's it.
Yep.
So that's international shipping in a nutshell for us.
So there's not a whole lot of cons. There's a lot more pros. Just because you can get more sales, I mean, why not? If you can sell something overseas, why not do it?
Now, we have sold something before that was not allowed to sell international, and eBay stops it.
Yep, they don't let them buy it.
They will stop it and not let them purchase and make the transaction go through. But you still want to be careful to exclude them if you can. So it's not like you're going to sell a Mary Kay lipstick to Germany and then go to jail for it or something. Like eBay will stop it, but we try to exclude those type of things just to make sure.
Yep.
So, all right, let's look at something else that's sold.
You can't see what it is, but...
You can't see it, but I'm going to show you a very pretty box.
Okay. So we sold a lot of Tech Deck Skate Park. It's the boards, the parts, the actual... I think there's some ramps in there.
Yep.
Some tools.
There's a big box of Tech Deck stuff in here. And contrary to what it sounds like, they are packed in there pretty good. There's just some containers full of parts and wheels and stuff. So you can hear those shake around. But rather than list out every little skateboard and ramp and try and put that all together, we decided to build a lot out of it and get it off the shelf.
Yep.
And we put it up there for a decent price, like a price that they would move at. And they did. It was less than a week.
Okay, those sold for $59.99.
Tech Deck do sell, but I don't think we'll pick them up anymore.
No, because I have a full brand new set over there that I have listed.
Yeah, unless we found a big box lot of them or something that we were going to sell
$5
just how we bought it. I don't think we would pick them up anymore because we found out that while Teresa will sort through Littlest Pet Shop and do the tedious work of those, she has no interest in the Tech Deck.
It wasn't that I don't have interest in it. As you're sorting, it's very... How do you say the word?
Boring?
No. When you go to Google Image it or you go to
It pulls up the real
it pulls up the because they make miniatures of real skateboards.
Yeah.
And
so it is time to money effort wise, it just wasn't worth it for us for whatever reason. And I would never sort through something like that to begin with. So if Teresa's not going to do it and I'm not going to do it, we're just not going to buy it.
Nope.
Unless we could sell it as a big lot, which is why we did that, and they did sell well. So,
Yep.
All right. Next thing we got here looks like, is that Monster High?
No, it is not. That is actually Mycene Jammin' in Jamaica Madison's. It's, I didn't even spell. I can't spell.
It's spelled wrong on the listing?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's spelled swimsuit with an E on the end.
Swimsuite.
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 Because sweet
Oh,
is
it does spell sweet. Well, I guess you could stay in the swimsuit.
So it's her swimsuit, her skirt, her shoes, and her purse.
All right. What did that sell for?
$19.99.
Yep.
Okay,
right.
A big one. Offers, counter offers.
Yep. This is one we get quite a bit as far as questions on. Should I have offers on? Should I accept offers? What happens when I get lowball offers? Like the whole offer
gamut.
snowball we get questions on pretty often. I guess in short for me, I think you should have offer. If it was a perfect world, I would say turn offers on after 30 days. That's what I would love to do is put my items up there at full price for 30 days, then turn offers on.
You have programming knowledge.
I know, but the problem with that is the logistics of it and making it happen consistently for a store our size. Short of actually writing an app to do it for us would just be a nightmare if you're doing it manually or with a spreadsheet or any other way. So in short, since we can't really do the 30-day thing and make it happen in an efficient way, we put offers on pretty much everything. There's very few times where we would not.
Yeah. I can't think of many, but if it's something that is going to sell quickly or that you really want to get the price that you want on it, don't turn offers on.
Yep. Yeah, you could let it right out. And that's why I would like the 30 days. Just in case there are some things that I would like to get full price on. I'm not willing to take less, at least for the first 30 days, because I know they'll sell or I think they will sell. So I'll put them out there. To me, turning on offers is like saying I'm willing to negotiate. I'll take less. But we price at the bottom of the market anyway most times.
Well, a lot of the times we do.
And truth be told, if we're turning offers on, we are willing to take less, and most people do request they put in an offer.
Yep.
By far. We do sell things at full price when they're things that are going to sell fast and they don't want to wait for you to accept an offer. They just want to get it off the market. But for the most part, if you turn on offers, you're going to take a little less.
Yep, and you do turn them on, you get offers. The only thing I don't like about having offers on is, I guess for us it's not as big of a deal because we have a minimum offer. Like you can't come in and offer us $1 on a $100 item.
Yeah, and I've actually thought about shutting that off.
Why?
I don't mind the fact that they're making lowball offers. See, this is something Teresa and I disagree on actually, because when a lowball offer, say we have a box of these cards that we sell for $200 and we get an offer for $25, I will hear Teresa from across the house, the yard, like she'll be cursing that person. She's angry when she gets a lowball offer.
Not angry, just annoyed.
And it doesn't bother me as bad. I just counteroffer with what I will accept.
And that's what I do.
So if they do offer $1, why not still have the option to counter? Why take that off the table?
But why waste?
I get what you're saying. Like,
why waste your
we turned
time
it
to
on.
respond to it for $1? It's not. But my offer, the minimum offer is not set at like 5%.
No, and I get what you're saying. We did turn them on. We talked about it when we turned them on. We turned them on because from a management standpoint, we only have so much time in a day. The less time we can spend counter offering
Yep.
these people that are making offers that are just completely ridiculous.
Yep.
If we could just get those off our plate and not have to deal with them, that saves us time in a day, and that is money. So I get the counter argument.
Yep.
I do understand why they're there. But at the same time, if they've made an offer, they're interested, we could counter offer and go from there. So I guess I'm on one side of the fence, she's on the other side of the fence. Right now, we do have kind of a lowball offer cutoff on most things,
Yep.
but I would be okay taking it off. I think a lot of what that is drop shippers.
And it might be, or it's other resellers that are trying to get it to sell it at what?
Well, that's what a drop shipper is. They're another reseller.
Well, yeah.
And if you're not aware, on eBay, there is a lot of people, you're not supposed to drop ship on eBay. Mm-mm. And you're not actually supposed to drop ship from eBay to a lot of other platforms either, but there are drop shippers. There are whole courses out there that teach you how to drop ship off of eBay. And one of those methods they use is to hire Filipino VAs to go on eBay and source items that they want to sell, and then start out offering $2, $3, $4 and work their way up to get the cheapest price possible so they can increase their margins to the best they can. Now, if they're doing that, that's fine. You still don't. It does get annoying, and you know when that happens because they'll offer $5, and you'll go, "No, I want $140." And they'll say, "Okay, $6." You're like, "No, I want $140." They'll say, "Well, how about $6.50?" And they'll do that.
They get 2 chances with me.
Yep.
If you come in and my item is listed at $120, and you come in at $70,
Yep.
I will go back with what I think is appropriate. If you come back with $75,
And just decline.
decline.
Yeah. So be aware there are people whose job it is to literally get the lowest price possible. And that's their whole job. 8 hours a day they're on eBay searching for products and trying to buy them at the lowest price possible. Like literally that's what they're paid to do. And that's why that happens sometimes. So keep shutting off those offers isn't necessarily a good thing. They're going to buy the product or they're not going to buy it. But you don't have to sell the product at any cheaper than you don't want to.
Don't feel obligated. If you get a counter offer, you don't have to feel obligated to take that offer.
No. So yeah, offers this is a more complicated topic than we had this in our head to answer this question. I don't know if we fully covered it, but it is a complicated question.
Yeah.
I think you should have offers on.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. One more thing about offers and counter offers. I did notice that even if you have the minimum offer set up, the minimum offer that you will acknowledge, if you send out an offer to somebody, so like whatever, you have the option, or they have the option to come back with whatever. It does not take into account at all your minimum offer.
No, not if they're making a counter offer to your offer. So if you do send offers in bulk,
Yep.
and then they want to counter back with a $2 offer, they're able to.
Yep.
Now, I guess the part I would say, or at least how I would handle it if I was doing it on my own, is yes, turn offers on everything across the board, because we're in the business of moving things. We don't. If I was selling my own personal collection and I was attached to them and I had to get that price and I wouldn't move off of it, I would say turn offers off. but we are literally in the business of moving stuff. You have to keep in mind, you have the offers that are going to take money out of your pocket. You have eBay promoted listings taking money out of your pocket. You have the eBay's
eBay
final
fees.
listing fees taking money out. Like everything is taking money from every direction. So be careful with offers.
Yep.
But I would always recommend turning them on, and I would just try to remove any emotion from the lowball offers. When you get one, don't get mad about it. Just counter with the right business decision for you.
I don't get mad, and I do counter offer.
I've seen you mad about offers.
I don't get mad. I just get frustrated. It's not mad,
It looks
and I voice
really-
my opinion.
Frustration looks a lot like mad on Graham.
I voice my opinion, but I don't do it to them.
No, she keeps it professional on the other end, just not like I carry the brunt of the bad offers over here. But I would still say leave them on.
Make me sound evil.
Well,
I'm
you're the
not
one that has
evil.
to deal with the offers more often than not.
I do.
So, but yeah, I guess that's our take. We're a little bit divided on it. I think we're together on the fact that you should always have
Yes.
one. I think where we divide is she likes to have the low ball screen filter in place to get rid of those. And there is good reason to do that other than just annoying. And then I would say just turn it off so you have the option to reply back, because there are reasons why you're getting those low ball offers, and they can sometimes turn into sales. So
They could,
they could.
but they ain't going from $5 to $175.
You'd be surprised.
Well, I know that I made an offer on some, what do you call those?
I don't know what you're talking about.
On Facebook Marketplace, I was trying to make a deal with somebody on some Lomax Spooky Town items.
Oh yeah, that was different though. This lady was attached to those things.
Yeah, she had them listed. I think there was like 300 of them, and she had them listed at total of like $18,600. And after she sold a few, she came back and I said, "Okay, what do you want for all of them?" She's like $18,650.
I think we did retail eBay price on those around in the 3,000 or 4,000 range, right?
No,
or am I wrong on that one?
No, I think we hit like 6 or 7, but in order to make our money, we would offer her like half of that.
Yeah, so she was already like 2.5 times eBay value.
Yep.
Like she was way
Yep.
out of the ballpark on what they actually valued
But
at.
it's all good. I just let it go and said, okay.
Yeah, don't ever be afraid to make an offer either on stuff when you're buying. That applies to sourcing too.
Yep.
We do it all the time. We make offers all the time. There's no reason not to make. Now, we don't go into somebody selling something for $100 and ask them to take $5.
No.
We will make a reasonable offer, but I wouldn't be afraid to turn offers on or make offers ever.
Nope.
All right, let's look at what sold next.
Our last couple things. This one's going international. We sold, and we had no clue what they were. I had to Google them to figure out what they are. They are called Capsule Chicks and Surprise Fashion Dolls.
Yep,
They're like
these things.
haunted. Like,
And they're hard. They're almost like an epoxy resin. They're not like a normal doll plastic. Like their heads and stuff are like
their hair
solid.
comes off, and you can swap their hair. You can swap their arms. You can swap their clothes. You can swap their head. You can
Swap everything, I guess.
Yep.
So that's what those look like. And they got a whole bag of them.
Yep.
How much do those go for?
$24.99, and they are going to Denmark. I
Yep.
think I already have Denmark.
So get that international shipping on.
Yeah.
And be very careful when you're playing with bags of stuff you don't get a hole in it and
Way to
lose
go.
stuff. There's a little bracelet floating around in there, so we got to be careful with that.
Okay. We sold some holy. Is that the right word? So we picked up a couple of these over the summer. One we picked up, I think, at like Goodwill.
Yep.
And no, we picked them both up at garage sales.
Yeah, the first one was at a citywide garage sale in that big warehouse, like outside of town. That guy's big Quonset hut
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
We got the Chester Cheetah doll at the same place.
Yep, we did. So
So-
these are actually INRI wood wall mounted crucifix Jesus cross.
And they come apart.
Oh, careful. They have candles and holy water in it. So each one
Yep.
of those little spots that's on the top, there's supposed to be 2 candles with it. Our
And
other
you can
one
tell
actually
they've
has
burned
2
a candle
candles.
because there's still wax on it.
So, yes, that was a good one. We've had those for a little while. Hannah actually, our daughter actually was the one that drafted those and wrote them all up, and all I
Yep.
did was took pictures.
So what'd that sell for?
$25.99.
$25.99. So yeah, sometimes we sold a big oversized rosary wall hanging thing the other day too.
Cool.
So sometimes that kind of stuff does really well.
We have never had luck with Bibles.
No. Well, we've overpriced the Bibles
did we ever go look at that one?
I did get it lowered.
Okay.
And it hasn't sold yet, but at least it has a better chance of selling now. So, all right, I think that's it, right?
That is it.
All right.
So hopefully if you didn't
Yeah.
watch our live, you can go back and watch it. It was fun. It was
a lot
really
of fun.
And if you have any more questions, just drop them down below.
Hopefully we answered your questions here. This seems like we talked a lot. I hope we actually addressed the
we
questions.
always just talk a lot.
We sure tried. So there you go. That's our take on the questions for today. And we will see you guys next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.